Well, we got the rad out. That wasn't too bad. These things aren't too hard to work on, but as you can see here where they cut the frame horns down for the body drop, I guess on this side they didn't want to come back to here. You should have just cut it back to here and plated it, maybe even unbolted the steering box, but I guess they didn't want to deal with that, so they cut the mount off the rad support, and then they welded this piece of pipe in the frame, and that's what the bottom peg on the radiator sits in. It was actually in there pretty good, but this little V cut that they put in here was actually rubbing on the rad, and I believe that's why it blew it out. So I don't think it has a blown head gasket or it overpressured it or anything. Either it froze down here and cracked. It does feel kind of bulged out, but maybe the vibration did it. It looks like it was rubbing right here, but not too bad. I don't know. We'll cut that frame horn back a little bit and stick that other radiator in there. It could have just froze. It could have had water in it, and it bulged it out. But it seems like the core is still good. And we got to test this fan. I don't know. I got a bunch of other fans hanging on the wall over there, so maybe we'll pick like that one with the shroud on it or something to put back on here. To put on the new, well, the new to us rad, right? We'll get that installed, get these hoses on. I took the hoses off the parts truck there, Napa hoses. These are original. This has still got the spring in it. Keep it from collapsing. So we'll probably change these hoses out. Might be a good idea to put that spring in the new one, because it is kind of at a lower angle and kind of pinned against the frame here. Not that I don't think it's going to kink, but I'll get this thing drained out. Figure out something here. Don't look too bad. Ain't too rusty. It's a little rusty up in here. Maybe one of these days we'll take it completely apart and repaint everything, but I ain't about that right now. I'd like to get it driving and start using it, and then we'll worry about it, right? Get all the systems working. Well, we still got some cleaning up to do in here, but I think I'm going to end up keeping this carpet. I'm going to pressure wash it and, you know, pressure wash it real good, let it sit out in the sun and dry. And then my plan is to put my 12-gallon air tank back here with all the air management stuff. I want to put the air compressors in these jump seat holes, one on either side, with some Dynamat or Killmat or something in there to help with the vibration noises. And what I'm thinking is extending this back hump out a little bit for the air compressor, and then I can cut that this whole back piece of the carpet off, and maybe even this back wall section, because you won't never see that either. It'll be just kill matted with the plastic piece on top. And then I'm going to take those two pieces of carpet and cut these sill plates back a little bit, so it's easier to get your foot in and out of here. And then I'm going to make some patch panels out of that carpet to cover these sill plates. I'm also thinking about re-dyeing this carpet. I was watching some videos last night online. You know, guys re-dyeing it. It's not a bad idea. Maybe we'll just re-dye it blue after it's pressure washed and hosed off real good. And we'll clean these door panels up. Go back with the blue interior, I guess. Silver and blue. We gotta get some door pins, that's for sure. Before these things, it hasn't started wasting the bracket yet, but we definitely gotta fix that. Somebody's fixed it a couple times before us, it seems like. Alright, well, we're getting some parts out of the Horde. We got this fan that's actually in pretty good shape. It freewheels pretty good, except for the cogging of the motor. So we're going to put that one on there. We got some zip ties on here and some rubber hoses so the zip ties don't cut themselves prematurely on the aluminum. So we got to put this rad back in, and we've been putzing around up here where the rad goes. And I cut back this frame a little bit more. Maybe later on when we take the rad support off and dig more into this thing, we'll clean that up and weld it up. But should be good for now. The rad won't be rubbing on the point of it. Anyway, we'll plate that later, like I was saying. I hit this with the wire wheel a little bit. I'm just going to spray some rattle can cheap paint in there just for temporary. Put the rad back in and get this thing running. We got one rad grommet. The other one doesn't run one because it's just that pipe. So we'll get this sprayed, get this radiator and hoses put back in, and get some coolant in this bad boy so we can let it run for a little while. Well, one step closer. We got it in there. It ain't hitting nothing. This hole was already there, so that's probably what that was there for. Somebody else had a zip tie on there probably to keep it out of the belt. And if you look at this hose, I don't know if you guys see the marks in it. It was hitting on the stock truck. So I put another one up there through that bracket just to kind of hold it away temporarily. Probably going to have to get a new hose later, and I would like to route it. I would like to go up under here, but we need a different water neck on a slightly different angle. Maybe we can come across something for a small block maybe. Should fit right on there if we get the right angle. I think they even make adjustable ones, you know, where you can point them wherever you want. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. Get one of them. But we got to make sure the thing runs and works and does all that. It'll be fine like that for quite a few miles. So the next step is... to change the oil. That's what we're going to do next. Change the oil, and then we got to figure out something for an air cleaner so we can stop with all this fender stuff, you know. Alright. Changing the oil. Well, we'll see how the old Chevy reliability is. I guess that's a good shot. Let's go over here with the light. There we go. They actually didn't do too bad on this. It looks really good. You know, where they dropped the frame horn down for the body drop. It's just triangulated in. They got it welded. They didn't weld it across here, but you know, it ain't going nowhere. And then, like, this side's not too bad either, but hey, I don't think you're ever going to want to take that sway bar out of there, though, huh? Huh, guys? Well, that's getting cut out anyway. We don't need a sway bar, right? We're doing lowrider things. We ain't doing race car things. All right. You guys want the money shot? Let me turn you like this. There we go. It's a little better. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, that's nasty. Wow. She's definitely got some water in her, huh? Looks a little bit more than condensation. There's a lot in there. Oh, here comes some more chunks. I might dump some diesel fuel through this thing. Just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Well, let's hope she can take it. What are those? Is that transcooler line? Ugh. Still sounds like it's got a miss. Not sure if that's just condensation or what right now. Sounds like she's got a little tick in her. Comes back down to idle all right. Temperature gauge starting to come up. Oh, we got a little flicker out of the battery light. Maybe that alternator will self-excite eventually, maybe. Probably got to rev it higher. I don't know. Don't smell like coolant, that's for sure. I don't know. It smells like it's burning something out of the catalytic converter. Probably a mouse nest, huh? She's chooching. Still got a battery light on. Well, I don't want to let it get too hot. We got oil pressure and the temp's starting to come up. I guess we'll shut it off for now. Definitely got a little bit of a valve tap going on or something. I went under there with a hammer and I beat that hole closed on the exhaust. It helped a lot. Sounds a little bit better. She's a bubbling. Shouldn't be bubbling yet, huh? I don't know. I'll have to run her around the farm a little bit, see if she comes back to life. Hopefully the water in it ain't a head gasket. If it is, I guess we'll be doing a motor swap with the other truck down back. Doesn't look like it's contaminated. I think it might be running rich too a little bit. Who knows? Maybe one of these doohickeys ain't hooked up right or something. Either that or one of the plug wires is missing. It probably needs a whole new set of everything anyway. But one step closer. I guess we'll have to get it back on the ground and drive it around the farm a little bit. See what happens. Let it really come up to temp. Burn some of that old gas out of the cat. It didn't smell like coolant, so it literally just smells like whatever's in there. Maybe it's just running rich or something. Seems like it's running rich, huh? It really just smells like bad gas. That's probably what it is. Still working all that bad gas out of there, you know. Probably should put a little bit more fresh gas in her, huh? We'll see. Let's see what's going on down in there. Is it flooded? See any pooling liquid down in there? Can you guys see? Doesn't look like it was like yesterday. Yeah. Definitely smells funky. Ugh, smells like bad gas. Probably should have pumped it all out, but we'll figure it out. Alright, y'all. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell your friends. Share the videos. I know some of you guys don't like all the automotive work, but what do we got over here? Looks like we got a drip. Are we leaking? Are we leaking something? I think it was just coming out of here and running down. Yeah. Alright, we got to get an overflow on this bad boy. We're probably going to have to steal one off of Nissan. I think one off of Nissan will actually fit in here pretty good once the battery's out of the way. And that's another thing we got to figure out what to do with this battery, right? We'll see you guys on the next one. She wants to live. Well, that's safe. Okay. They ran the airlines, front, rear. At least they drilled some nice little holes, put grommets in there. That's what I'm saying. They did it okay for what they were doing. That's for sure. Definitely have seen worse. These big power wires running here. I don't know if we'll be able to use any of them. I have to cut them back, see what they look like. Maybe we can recycle them. It's coming out one way or another here. That wasn't fun. Phew, man. Now we get to see when the real work begins. Yeah. There's the rust. Oh, man. They use some super thin stuff, man. Oh, well. Guess we got our work cut out for us, huh? How's the other side? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.